Hi, this is Jace Newsback, Senior Product Specialist for Aphex. You know, Aphex has been around for over 35 years now, creating high-quality professional audio products. And at the new Aphex, we're taking everything to the next level. So, kick back and relax as we introduce you to the feature set of one of our most popular products.
Compellor, Model 320D. This is the current and best version so far of the classic Aphex Compellor. The 320D is a dual-channel automatic level controller. It features balanced analog I/O and AES-EBU digital I/O, thus the D in 320D. The Compellor is all about transparent compression and leveling. It should be used anywhere that audio levels need to be controlled transparently. For example, a cable TV provider down in San Diego was getting complaints from their customers. They would say even when they were just viewing one channel, different programs would come in at different audio levels. Not only that, but the different commercials were at different levels as well. So they were constantly using their remote control to turn the level of the audio up and down. Well, this cable provider got in touch with Aphex and they now have a 320D on every broadcast channel. Now that the Compellor processes all of the audio before it is broadcast, the levels are nice and consistent and everyone is happy. So what makes the Compellor truly unique? Quite a few things, actually. There's a lot of technology going on in the 320D. Let's talk about it more in depth. First, we have a frequency discriminant leveler. It responds slower to low frequencies but faster to high frequencies. This way, low frequency energy doesn't immediately cause gain reduction. Also, the leveler uses a ratio of 20:1, so even if your input signal goes up by 20 dB, the output signal of the Compellor will only go up 1 dB. The frequency discriminant leveler also constantly and slowly changes the VCA gain to keep the output consistent. Fast and slow speeds are selectable, so you can use a fast setting for an instrument or a live voice, whereas for program material you'd likely want to set it slow. The 320D also includes its own compressor. The compressor works in conjunction with the leveler to make the output more consistent. You see, the compressor can work faster on transients and other quick changing sound levels, whereas the leveler works slowly over time. The compressor automatically adjusts the attack and ratio settings depending upon the input signal. This is very unique as other compressors have to be set up specifically for an input source. If the input source changes, the settings on the compressor will have to change accordingly. Not so with the Compellor. It does all of this for you. The dynamic release computer also sets the release time for you. The DRC will change the release time depending upon the input signal. The dynamic verification gate consistently checks the output level of the VCA. It computes the historic average of peak values. It verifies when present peaks exceed or equal historic averages. When present peak values are below the historical average, the compressor and leveler gain controls are frozen until the amplitude reaches the historical average again. The silence gate. This is not an audio gate. When the input signal drops below the user-selected silence threshold for 1 second or longer, the silence gate freezes the VCA gain. Without the silence gate, the compressor and leveler would try to release to bring the program material level back up. However, since there's no program material at this point, the only thing that would rise is the background noise level. The 320D also includes a limiter. This simply helps the unit run normally should a loud transient occur. Now let's take a look at the front panel controls. First, we have the meter select button, which allows you to switch between input, output, and gain reduction metering. The process button switches the bypass relay. The bypass relay will also automatically switch should the unit lose power at any time. This way it would not interrupt a broadcast or a live performance. Turn the drive control clockwise for more gain reduction. Set the rate button slow for program material and fast for live instruments or voice. The process balance knob allows you to select whether the unit is acting more as a compressor or a leveler. You'll want to set it to the leveler if you want to have more transparency and more dynamics, but if you want to compress hard, you're going to turn it over to compress. The output knob allows you to cut or boost the process signal by 10 dB. This allows you to set the output level properly for the next audio device in the chain. This button simply allows you to bypass the limiter if you so choose. Again, the silence gate is not an audio gate. It simply freezes the VCA gain when no signal is present so the background noise doesn't creep up. The Compellor contains 2 mono processors. However, you can use one side for left and one side for right. You can even stereo link the leveler or the leveler and the compressor. When you do this, the side with the most gain reduction will be used for both sides of the audio. When you're using the Compellor with stereo program material, you'll want to engage the Stereo Enhance button. It widens the stereo field, makes it sound a little bigger. Let's take a look at the back panel. First, you have the input and sample rate select. You can select the analog input and any internal sample rate, or you can set it to digital and slave, and the compeller will lock to the incoming word clock from the AES-EBU input. Analog inputs are provided with balanced XLR connections. You can set each channel to either a +4 or -10 operation level. AES-EBU digital inputs and outputs are also provided on standard XLR connectors. Regardless of whether you're using the digital input or the analog input, all of the outputs are available simultaneously. Applications. The compeller is great for the broadcast market, be it TV or radio, as it can set the audio levels consistently before they get sent out over air. The compeller is often used in installations for restaurants. Fancy restaurants want nice background music, but they want it to stay in the background. The compeller makes sure that all the music levels are nice and consistent. The compeller can be used in live performance in a few ways. First, you can use it on the stereo bus and make sure that all the music you play comes out at a consistent level. Or you can use it as an insert as two individual compressors, perhaps one on a vocal and one on a bass drum. The same goes for studio use. You can use it in mastering to make sure that all of your songs are at the same level, or you can use it as an individual compressor for tracking or for mixing. Again, the compeller should be used anywhere that audio levels need to be controlled transparently.
And that'll do it for this training video. I encourage you to head down to your local Aphex dealer and check the product out for yourself. And for more information, please visit our website at www.aphex.com. Thanks for watching.